Stella Stitchery. So some of my favorite brands, Authentic Paper, Graphic 45, Prima Marketing, they have adorable illustrations in their collections. And sometimes it's a challenge to find a way to incorporate those images while still leaving plenty of room for my own photographs. So I wanted to kind of show you this scrapbook layout idea. And at the end of the video, I'll show you a couple variations on this same basic design so that you kind of get an idea on how to use that maybe in your pages. So let's build this one together. This image in particular is one I believe I bought from Etsy, gosh, years ago. It's adorable. It's kind of a general vintage Halloween image. If you go Pinterest, Etsy, they're all over the place because they're fabulous. So I matted this, and it is fairly large, as you can see. So I didn't want to like cover my photo. I didn't want to cover the image. I want to see them both. So what I decided to do is to essentially highlight each in their own space and then create a pretty border of flowers. Let me show you again here. See that? And again, this is so versatile, this kind of sketch, to really any holiday, any kind of occasion, flowers, butterflies, whatever. Like I said, I'll show you at the end. So for this, I made a border die cut with this Martha Stewart. It's not. EK Success. I thought this was Martha Stewart. EK Success die. I'll try to find this on Amazon too. It's really cute because I like how big it is and kind of looks like a lace. Ugh. It is a pretty hardy die cut punch. So we're just going to die our strip here. Okay, so once I have the strips cut out, what I like to do, because I'm a crafter, which also means I keep every tiny piece of paper possible for another craft. I do like a fake background paper, which means rather than using this whole sheet underneath my pattern paper, I'm just going to trim it and tuck it so I can keep some black cardstock for other projects, matting other images. You know, you always kind of feel good about yourself when you can save whatever tiny, you know what I mean? It feels like a big win. Okay, so I have this. Let me just trim this a little. Isn't that cute? There's so many cute punches out there. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is just kind of line it up so that it's straight. And I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue. You could use art glitter glue too. Works great. Behind there. And no one would ever know. It's not an entire sheet of paper behind your polka dot. I do this trick pretty much anytime I possibly can. I'm sure you have too. It may not be like, this may not be life-changing for you, this tip, but I do like to keep as much, especially solid cardstock, as possible because there's inevitably little banners or little tiny photo mounts I want to make, and I'm like, oh, perfect. I have some scrap paper versus cutting up an entire other piece of 12 by 12. Okay, so here's my matted. Essentially, you're creating a frame for your image and your photo mount. Does that make sense? You could also just do it directly on your paper. I love layers though, so I just go for it. Paper, you know, especially if you find a good sale, is not that expensive, but if you really do a lot of pretty layers, it's just so much more visually appealing, I think. So for this, I already trimmed my yellow polka dot paper down a bit. I'm going to mat it. Why is it that my dog is so interested in the neighborhood when I'm filming? I think he's chasing squirrels. It's kind of the last squirrels of summer before they store up everything for the winter because they are all over the place right now. Okay, so going to put this on my black cardstock. And the reason I matted this one in particular is because this paper print was just paper. It was not cardstock. And it just didn't have the same weight as a heavy cardstock. So I put it on black as well to give it some more stability, especially with all the flowers. I believe it's from my Mind's Eye paper pack. You know the kind, it's like 180 sheets and it's seriously like, I don't know, 20 bucks. There are, by the way, I don't know if you've been on Amazon or online lately, but the most adorable Halloween collection pads. Holy smokes. It has encouraged me to start making all of the things that I possibly can with what I have left over from last year because I need to find an excuse to buy some more. I will post links to some of my favorites that I've been looking at in the description here if you want to see what's coming out in 2019 here. Adorable. So once I have my little kind of photo mat area, I'm going to put this is 5x7 and then slightly smaller for the stripe. Okay. Put it here. And the only reason I picked that size is because it matched the height of my illustration when matted. I want it to look very like unified, cohesive, especially when you have a lot of bold pattern. It's nice to look as unified as possible where you can, so your brain doesn't just start twitching. I don't know, especially polka dots. I have a lot of polka dots here and I feel like it makes my eyelids twitch if it just gets too busy. You ever have that? Like, I want to love this, but can't look at it too long. I'll pop some Tylenol. Okay, so I'm going to try to layer those about equally there. Okay, now for the fun embellishments. For this, I used a lot of Prima Marketing, from the roses, the leaves, the flowers. These are all from Prima Marketing, which I gotta say, one of my favorite flower companies. I'll try to find these on Amazon as well, or similar styles. So if you're interested in this kind of color, I've used them for harvest photos, Thanksgiving pages already. They're awesome. So I'm gonna take some of those, some nice big blooms for my center here. And I kind of made like a snake S shape here. No reason. I just liked it. Okay, so I'm gonna put my flowers down. Love hot glue, instant dry. Could just move on. Again, when you have a house full of children, anything you can do in like less than 15 minutes is ideal. Okay, because they find you. My kids, we've already cleaned up this craft room twice this morning because they like to also play with the art stuff and they don't necessarily like the cleanup part as much. Of course, who does? I don't clean mine either. So who am I to talk? Okay, so I'm gonna put my other little flowers here. So cute. Flowers make everything better. Real or otherwise, right? Okay, then I found these leaves. I'm not sure what collection this was from. I know it is Prima Marketing also, so maybe if you have these, anyone out there want to leave me a comment, let me know what kit it's from or which package. I think I had just ripped it apart when I got it and just, willy-nilly with the packaging. Okay, I'm gonna put these up here. This would be a cute page for like Halloween costumes. Might be obvious. I don't know. It's adorable. I just love these images. Just make me so happy. Okay, so I'm gonna put my little rose there. And then I'm going to use some black rhinestone swirls. Can't go wrong with bling. I love bling in all of its forms from every single brand. I'm going to try to duplicate this one since I'm using the same pack. I kind of chop up my swirls as I use them because I feel like it gives me more versatility. But then if I'm making another, like a duplicate page, I forget which way I chop these up. So I'm looking at this. Hobby Lobby also has a ton of rhinestone swirls. It's like their own brand and they're freaking on sale all the time. 40% off, I feel like is probably just their standard price, but they're pretty good. I want to say like on sale, maybe $2 a package. Don't quote me on it. Do not work for Hobby Lobby, but whenever I go there, I buy all of their rhinestones in every single color because you just never know. Okay, these are a little sticky. Bear with me. Chop this one a little bit. Could you imagine laying all these rhinestones by hand? I'm sure some of you out there have. Remember back in the day, I don't know if any of you scrapped in the 90s, but they used to like, there was this huge, I don't know, trend of like swirl stencils where you could lay your own rhinestones or buttons. I mean, it would only take you like a week, but you could like trace out your design and lay these individually on your pages. It was a thing. It's a beautiful time. Apparently, I don't know, maybe we didn't have as good television shows. Not really sure, but I remember buying so many of those stencils and then I don't know that I ever used them because it takes forever, but you don't realize it until you sit down to try to do that. And then you're like, no, never mind. I won't do that. Or another one of those things with like those puff paints where you could basically have this look, but like with the black paint. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Don't try to act like you didn't puff paint everything in the 90s. Trapper keepers, shoes, puff paint madness. Okay, got to get that puff paint on your jacket before your glamour shots. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna use the rest of these here. Make cute little swirls. Just fun, so fun. Okay, now the last thing I did, actually I don't like this one. Oh no, it might be too late to pull it up. This is craft problems, by the way, where you stick something down and then you can't pull it back up. No, I changed my mind. I love it. I love everything about it. There it lives. Okay, so the last thing I did to finish off my page was I used this Christmas Red Stickles glitter to add some more, after I just talked about the terrible length of time it takes to do those stencil arts in the 90s. Here I am. Boom. But in this case, I'm just adding a few because I wanted to bring out some of the red in this picture, which is why I used some of the red leaves. And I do like using my stickles because I feel like sometimes I go a little bit stickle crazy at the store, thinking I will use them for everything. And then again, like the stencils, I don't, because sometimes it takes a long time to do anything really cool with them. So I'm just going to add a few little dots here for charm. Oh my gosh, this one's almost out. Okay, I'm going to rotate. Whoa, this one's going to be really shiny. Handmade, they're all different. Okay, so here is my layout. Ta-da! Only a few bloopers. That's not bad. There's my layout. Adorable, plenty of room to have a photograph with 12, 14, 16 kids in it, all with their lovely costumes, and you still get to see the cute ephemera there. So, as promised, I want to show you some other options for this same kind of grid for a scrapbook page. Here is another one that I made recently. You'll notice similar technique. So for this one, instead of doing a fancy trim, which again is totally optional, as is everything, but this I just tore a couple layers of paper, see? But I also still wanted to mat these two things so it didn't look quite so busy right on top of the polka dot. I used mainly butterflies. These are all hand cut butterflies with some stickles on there. And then these little metal twirligigs. And then some flowers and rhinestones. So cute. Same exact concept. And then another one, slightly modified as well. Here's this cute ladies on the beach, living their best lives. And then I put some sand, seashells. It's a little bit different and then it doesn't go all the way through, but as you can see, the idea is still the same. So hopefully that inspired you. Thank you, my friends, for crafting with me today. Please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell That way we could craft all the time together, and let me know your favorite brand for Halloween paper. Like I said, check out my description for some of my ideas, but I love Halloween collections. What is your all-time favorite one? One of mine, and I need to rebuy it, I think I've bought it 3 times, is the Graphic 45 Alice in Wonderland Halloween. If you have not seen that yet, check it out. I will try to put a link to that as well. It is so cute. There are so many cute ideas on Pinterest for using it. That's my PSA. All right, well, talk to you later. Comment, let's chat. Check it out and try it out. Let's make some stuff. Bye.